Hello! Back again. Alright. It's been another like 2 days since I've been on. Because a lot of the stuff I've been working on takes a while. Still in this game. Still wearing my Thaumcraft headpiece. Don't really need that anymore. Because I'm not really working with that essence right now. Yeah, things have changed over here. Think things have progressed. I need to constantly swap out these filters, or else the system backs up and or slows down a bunch, and I stop doing what I'm supposed to be doing with it. Oh, that one dropped a crystal. A good thing about the system, though, is that I never need to make these crystals again. These are Vidium crystals. And this entire thing is getting rid of the flux that I made like 32,000 of before I found out that the main reason you make flux is to open a flux rift. Flux rifts might work in Stoneblock, but they are extremely difficult to get to work in Stoneblock. Very finicky, very difficult to do, and yeah, I made 32,000 flux. They're supposed to appear after about 1,000 flux or less in the zone. They're supposed to start appearing, and I never had any inclination that or indication that they would start appearing. So yeah, now I'm just getting rid of all my flux. I made the Crimson Rites. I made the Crimson Rites before last time, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that. I think I was working on this thing last time. But yeah, got this made, got made all of that. Have my Essentia smeltery system set up with cloches and certain types of seeds. I ended up going for Vibrant Alloy because that gives about 7 types of Essentia. And I have 3 smelters going because of how efficient this stuff is. These fill up so quickly. Or how inefficient it is, I should say. There's ways I can expand the system, but unfortunately, with how close in this ended up being, because I wanted it to have more space. So I made the space a lot larger than I thought I would need, and it ended up being almost filling the entirety of it. I ended up actually entering the wall there, so my thing took some damage. Yeah. Every now and then I have to go around, find ones that are glowing purple, right-click on them with an Essentia filter to replace the filter inside of it, or the thing will start slowing down a bunch. But it's working pretty well. I finished the original skeleton of it later in the day yesterday. Yeah, later in the day yesterday. So I had it running overnight to try to get some. And of course, there wasn't as many connections as there are now. Most of today, I have been making a lot more of these. These are actually kind of complicated to make, so I've been making a ton of those to make these connections. But anyway, there's like 4 or 5 stacks worth of these in this area. This system down here took a while for me to figure out what was going wrong with it. The main thing that was wrong was that this thing that's actually doing it, the flux condenser, can only accept flux directly from a regular pipe or a regular... No, it doesn't require a regular tube, but it also doesn't require a specific type of flux. And the item I was originally planning on using, which is a receiver version of this thing that pulls it out of these jars and pulls it into the system, only pulls in if there's a specific type of flux that's needed, or a specific type of Essentia. I keep mixing up flux and Essentia. There's a special type of Essentia needed. The receiver version of this will pull it in. These are senders. These send it to warded jars. These pipes can take it directly from warded jars and just put it directly into there, because it's not asking for anything specific. It's just asking for like 17 per cycle. 25. Well, actually, the reason why it's asking for 25, that is per those 5 ticks. That's per cycle. So each cycle, this actually makes 5 Vidium Essentia, because it's 5 to 1. and kicks it out. And a cycle is 5 ticks. That's how long a cycle is. So this thing's been kicking out a bunch of those, as you can see there. When one finishes, it gets kicked out, goes into the dropper, ends up in here. I have 3,685 in here, continually going up. Each one of those requires 2 Vidium, meaning that has to pull 2 flux out of the atmosphere, out of the aura, to make one of those crystals. So the fact that I have over 3,500, I have 3,600, I've pulled over 7,200, almost 7,400, probably around 7,400 flux out of my auras, which is helpful after like only a day or two of this thing running. Like a day, at most like a full day of this running, I've already pulled out that much. So that is helpful. The thing that's going to start making this slow down relatively is the fact that the chunk it's in has to pull in flux from neighboring chunks now. So it's kind of like equalizing between all the chunks in the area, kind of. If I go into the corner here, yeah, even this chunk that's right next to it has 352. It's starting to make some progress, starting to get better. I'm actually pretty happy with how it works. Because now, at first, if I got a clog like that, it would cut down to taking like several seconds per cycle. Just because it wasn't pulling in enough or fast enough. But yeah, now it's pulling in a bunch. And it's going so fast now, which is nice. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see the purple on the actual nodes. That's why I have to like constantly be flying around and looking at that. But it's efficient enough and working efficiently enough now that I should be able to walk away for a while and not worry about it too much. I actually want to check on this thing. It's still got 0, which tells me that there's still no Viz in the air here. Yeah, this chunk is still full of flux. So that's taken a while to cross over. The main thing about that 7,000 being taken out of the area and all that, these smelters, the ones over there, are 90% efficient, which means that for every 10 essentia that's taken out of an object, one of it will randomly turn into flux, on average. All of the things surrounding them, these little buddies here, reduce that even more. Each time a little spurt of steam comes out of here, that is a single unit, I believe that is a portion of the flux that would have just been generated, being ejected instead as steam. So that's helping reduce the amount of flux that comes just from making the essentia needed to process this stuff. And that's what that hissing sound is like near constantly over there. Because, yeah, that vibrant alloy, if I actually look at ingots, because this is what I did to figure out what I wanted to make the seed out of, Infinity Ingot doesn't actually give any essentia because it's too complicated. Alright, which one of these is vibrant? Alright, let's look at Energetic Alloy. That one gives a crap ton. That one gives 45. Redstone Alloy gives 13, but that's still in the higher end, because if you look at, say, Man Steel gives 15. But iron also gives 15, but it's just in one element. Gold gets 20. Crystal Matrix Ingot would be nice, but that's also really complicated to craft. Takes a lot of diamond and wither stars to make. Draconium only gives 2, because it's not actually like a metal, apparently. Gaia Spirit, don't even know how to get that in this version. Don't know if I can get that in this version. I haven't really worked with Botania at all this run through. I did a little bit on my last computer's playthrough of this. 25 in conductive iron. Vibrant alloy. Let's do some math. 70. Vibrant alloy gives 70 per ingot. That's really good. So that also means that each ingot of vibrant alloy that I smelt has the potential, technically, to pull 14 flux out of the surrounding area. That's pretty dang good, honestly. And just from my cursory glances, that was the best one I could find. A lot of them only give a little bit, like aluminum, nickel, platinum. They only give like 2. Iridium, mana infused. Some of them give a little better. Steel gives 20. Tin, for some reason, gives the crystal element thing. That one. Coppers. That's a good one to get Machina. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Like offish green color. This one. No, that's not Machina. What? That's not what it gives. It's not Ex Animus. Is it that? There's so little light here, it's hard to tell, actually. Or is it something else entirely? How much does it give? I actually want to find out what that is. It gives 5, so I need 2 copper ingots because it goes into visibles of bet 2 when you make one of those crystals. Bet. Even though a crystal only gives 1 of that type of essence or essentia, but it costs 2 to make. So they're really only useful if you're trying to. That'll be plenty. If you haven't gotten the Essentia smeltering and those boarded jars and stuff figured out yet, that's where they're useful. They're also useful for Viz crafting. Permutatio. Okay. I do need that as well. If I can remember where it goes. There it is. Explains why I have so little permutatio. Alright. Yeah. This chest, I was putting the stuff to make several stacks of those things. Yeah. It's working a little better now. I promise, I'm not going to spend the entire time just walking around over here and just popping this on all the purple ones. When I stop back in at base every now and then, I'll probably do it. Just because some of these fill up faster than others, or clog up faster than others. And it's somewhat randomized when it will clog, so you can't even like predict it. And there's probably some way to automate this using golems or something in the system. That just sounds like a lot of effort for something that is not honestly that much of an issue for me. I'm willing to put in the time here, and eventually later on it's not even going to matter that much. It's just right now it matters because I'm using it so much because there was so much still in the atmosphere. I want 1 more to turn so I can get rid of this 1 in my inventory. Then I'll move on. There we go. I just had so much flux in the atmosphere that I wanted that to work. I'm moving this. Because this entire chunk, since I have that smeltery there, that entire chunk is just dead. Like, yeah. This chunk here. 600. It's going down because it's closer to this stuff, but still not perfect. That's still basically dead all the way over here. Let's put the recharger here. How much flux is in this area? Oh, okay. 352. That's going to keep going down. All right. I want my grappling hook. And it's really going to eat up all the essentia in this area. Or the viz, I should say. Oh, it's got a maximum of 100. That's actually wonderful. Are you refilling? Yeah, that will empty over time, I think. I think it will go down because this is very close to that chunk that's like empty. As in, apparently it's directly neighboring this chunk that's constantly going down. Never really goes under 200, I've noticed, but it is constantly going down. It's also constantly going up at the same time, and there's a little bit of a wiggle to that. But I think part of that constantly going up is it's pulling in stuff. Yeah, it's pulling in stuff from the surrounding area. See, well, I'll sit here for a minute. 350.5 is the current amount. And this does update over time. So as I'm sitting here, this will change eventually, I'm pretty sure. It's just when it changes, I'm not entirely sure on that factor of it. 351, it went up, which means it received one from this chunk over here. Either that or a little bit came out of one of the furnaces. $203.5, 351, 203.5, 202.5. My understanding is this should eventually, like in a long time, it will start emptying out everything. $350. It did go back down, which means that it is going in there, or it's spreading somewhere. It's going somewhere. It's going somewhere. My assumption is it's going into this chunk here and being consumed. And getting consumed by that thing over time. It's just how long will that take? I do not know. It's going to take a long time. How much more will it go up in the future? Hopefully not much. Hopefully these things will do their job and keep its stuff from turning into getting wasted. That's full, apparently. Sense some. Because, oh yeah, none of the ones I can actually hold Sensum are empty right now. Or have any missing. Because of the way the system works. Yep. Yep. The moment one of the Sensums started getting sucked, that emptied, filled up with Lux. So now it's going to empty Lux out of this portion. Once this gets low enough, it will burn the next Vibrant Alloy ingot. Needs a lot of space to do that, because like I said, one ingot gives 70 Essentia, and this only holds like 200 or so? Something like that? A little bit over 200, maybe 250, because it just started burning one, that's what that is. And then it refills up. And it will pull the Lux out again, but Lux, one of the ones that holds the Lux, got emptied enough. So now the Lux is draining out. And I'll drain out all of the Lux that is in this system right now. Then a different thing starts filling it. Potentia this time. And that will go down again. It will burn that thing again, and so on and so forth. The little steam jets will only go off when one of those things burns, when it's preventing flux from forming. But yeah. I wonder if I take that off. Can I even... I can still see the trails. The weird, like, ghost knot trails. Ghost knot trails. Anyway. Yeah, this has been time-consuming, thought-consuming. It's absolutely been thought-consuming, and I hope to God that one never clogs. Because the thing that the clog does is it prevents all the ones that are further out that would use the one that's clogged as a path from being helpful to the filter. So I hope it's just programmed in such a way where that one never clogs. Yep. I had to extend my access hole as I started placing stuff around it. Yeah, we've gotten a bunch. Just sitting here, me talking, we've already gotten like over like 300 since I started the stream 20 minutes ago. Yeah. When it's working, it goes fast. The thing that we have to be... The reason why I have to pay attention, though, is, again, these things give off a little bit of flux. So I have to pay attention to make sure that the aura is still going down. See the thermometer back. Yep, that's gone down. 348 now. It is officially going down all around us. I mean, that's not going back up to refill it, but 348.5. I think that has gone up slightly. Not sure, but it might have. It's just going to take days to get rid of something I did in literal seconds, technically. This thing's cool. I just have to tap it. This thing's cool if I have, if I want to get somewhere fast, but then it's just a cool concept. Just faster travel. If I really need it. I have to be careful about getting caught on stuff. And I have to press shift to disconnect. It's just fun. It's just stupid fun. I already have a jetpack, so I never need to use it. It's just fun. I'll probably actually put it in the chest or something. I just liked building it. That's the main reason I made the recharge pedestal, was to just build that thing and have fun. I think I'll put it in this chest, just because I don't really need it. I'm going to check my mob thing. I haven't checked that in days. I haven't checked this since even before the last stream. I extended it so it went back up, but it gets filled. I'm stealing all the Inferium. I'll take that experience. Because, yeah, I had to use so many of my levels for that. I don't really need levels because I'd never enchant anything, but still. This is going to take a minute. And this is the fastest you can use them, too. I just have to, like, hold down right-click, and they just slowly make their way through my inventory. And it's going to do less and less as I level up, because when I'm at level, like when I was at level 100, these things did like nothing. I just realized I don't need to make that biome thing work anymore. Because I have all the research now, I don't need to go to a hellish place anymore. I don't think I do, at least. I'll leave it here in case I need it in the future, but as far as I know, I don't need that thing anymore. Got a couple of levels out of that. How much more did this fill up with stuff? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, first page I had a couple. Wish there was a way to use this better. I'll be back. Base. Let's drop off. Roop. A frick ton of Inferium for that. Well, not a frick ton. Like, barely any Inferium technic in the larger term of things. Oh, I got some zombie flesh. Have that. Mob. Since I set that mob one on top of paving stones to travel, then replaced it with cobblestone for, because I was using this thing, I actually spawned slightly in the floor because these are like one of those little things shorter, which means that you're standing in the floor. All right. I'll take the Inferium I find on this page. The Inferium I find on this page. Third page. A little bit of Inferium. Okay. Next one. These ones are actually empty. Yep. Got a lot of stuff that just doesn't stack. Like, look at these. Look at all these different durability bows. So many loot chests. Like, I got a full stack of 64 uncommon loot chests there. Epic loot chest, 10 of those. Clay loot chest, legendary loot chest. I don't know which one's higher in rarity between those two. That one's glowy, so I think it's supposed to be that one. Base. Well, I'm thinking. Now that's solidified experience. Let's go dump off the rest of this Inferium, which isn't even like enough to make one Insanium, I don't think, because of how this conversion rate works. And I have 122 blocks of Insanium because, again, I've left it running some nights. Got some blocks of Terra Steel. And Silk Touch Chance Pendant. As in something that has a chance of giving me Silk Touch. Kind of useless. Alright. Hey, a regular item collector. Diamond chestplate. Storage upgrade. Maximum control. Dimensional shard. I found some of those in the past. I'll put the item collector over here, actually. Yeah, I got a couple of advanced ones, but still. It's not a bad thing to have. Extract speed upgrade. Advanced item filter. Okay. I'll put these in here, because that might actually be useful. Storage upgrades, I'll put in there. Over here, we have this one, right? Yep, that's where the vector plate goes. Over here is where the diamond chest plate's going to get put. Because of reasons and things. I'll put the cobalt. Do I have one for cobalt already? Yes. And there. I have one for Terra Steel. Yes. I'll break these down. Dimensional shards, I don't have one for dimensional shards. I'd have to go to the... I'm going to have to go to the mining dimension to put those away. I'm going to put some of my stuff in here. Specifically those two for now. Because I just need to let this thing run. I need to stop touching it. Let it run for a while. Without, like, interference. I mean, sure, some of them like that get blocked. It's good enough to run with, like, if half of them get blocked, that's an issue. If, like, 10 of them get blocked, it'll be fine. I need to go pick up my helmet. Which is in here. Yeah, these emptying essential transfer things transfusers weren't that helpful. Alright. Let me come back over here. This goes back in here. What should I work on today? I need to go check on my cows. Quick. I think I should work in the mining dimension. Work on expanding that some. But I haven't spent much time in there, and I really need to start working towards the end so I can show you guys the boss, which will be fun once I get to it. Yeah. Evil infused iron. That one's empty. Oh, because I took everything out of it. You know what? I want to kill one of you when I'm done, so... Well... Once you serve your purpose, you will be slaughtered by me. Understood? That's what I thought. Anyway. It moved at the perfect time for that, too. Back to base. Over here. Lake and Draconium. Down here. Down here. Ah, finally. I have enough ingots. Now I only have to kill that boss once to be able to make a crux, to be able to start making seeds. To actually plant the seeds. Because I have enough for 11 ingots. I've gotten okay. Okay. Each one of these 6 seeds took at least 4 ingots to make. 4 of those awakened draconium ingots to make. So that's 24. Plus 11. I've gotten at least 35 ingots worth of nuggets from 1 awakened draconium chicken. One thing I actually want to show off. This setup here is one of my primary power generators. Although the explosion generators under here give me a lot of my power too. Okay. But something I did also during the interim where I'd been gone. I built these a while ago, I just hadn't placed them yet. Set up the second grouping of those. And with the way that this is spaced, I'll be able to have 2. Because it just hits that corner. I'd have to extend this wall out by 1, at least. I should technically extend out all 3 of these walls by 1. I should technically do that. It'd mess with my aesthetic a little bit, but not too bad. If I extend them out by 2, it won't mess with it at all. Might work on that in the future. Because I already had to go out 1, so I could actually, you know... Because of the way where I started it over there, it's got just enough space here. But since I placed this sink first to find the central location, it kind of went out too far on the power nodes over here. Also on the sink on this side. The sink on this side was fine. The sink on that side's in a wall. Could have placed it here, actually. Could have placed that sink here on that side. Yeah, oh well. There's stuff I don't think of. This should be entirely backed up now. Yep. I don't use that much power yet. Even though I have, like... Well... Let's actually go check to see how many connections I have. Because the main thing is, I've started just making it so that most machines, or a lot of my more automated machine setups, each individual thing has its own power node. Like over here, this automated setup here, every single one of these crafters has its own power thing on the bottom. Sending energy to it so that, rather than all of them. And I built a second one of these when I built all that stuff because I didn't know if my interdimensional power that I turned on from here somewhere. Never mind. Wireless charging. Enable wireless, I did. Network connections. Actually, network statistics. Yeah. Yeah. When this says 198, that's not the individual one. That's pages. 208 plugs. There are 208 power-giving resources connected to this system. 1,171 points. At least that many power-receiving items are connected to the system. I have 2 storages, which are 2 things next to this, and this is the controller. Made it purple. I like purple. Yeah, transfer limit set to 800,000. Think about that for a second. Transfer limit set to 800,000. That big draconian thing takes several trillion? A couple trillion to fill up? Might have to alter that later. Because even the million seconds is a long ass time. Oh yeah, I don't have that thing on, so I can't see what's in there. I can kind of guess from the color. It looks like it's most likely Tremunio, the one associated with armor pieces. Yeah, because that's Potentio, something like that. Potentium? The weird one that kind of... I don't know what Potentio is supposed to look like. Like, I want to grab a crystal of it. This one. That's Vitreous. That might be Vitreous. No, the other one's Vitreous. The one next to it is Vitreous. That one I'm pretty sure is Potentia. Like, what is that? Someone holding lightning? Is that what it's supposed to be? For the longest time, I just saw it as like a skeletal fish. Like, I couldn't figure out what that was until because I always like just saw it out of the corner of my eye. But I think it's supposed to be someone grasping lightning. Sorry I keep yawning, gosh. Don't know why I keep yawning. Don't feel tired at all. But that way. Ignis. Permutatio. Fabrico was hard to find. Vincilum. Spiritus pissed me off. What gives Spiritus? What gives Spiritus? Gaia Spirit, Wither, Ghast. Wither Skeleton, Ghast. Gas drops, I guess. Solarium. You can make solarium seeds. They're only tier 4. That's kind of surprising to me. Well, it's not dark solarium, I guess. Dark solarium takes a lot more to make. Inhibitor obelisk. What is an obelisk? Prevents. Okay. You got the soul vials. this stuff. The ender pearls? Are regular ender pearls part of it? No. Yeah. For some reason, I want to say this. For some reason, so many of the things on this thing when I was doing research that would actually like consume 2 crystals, almost like 3 in a row consumed a Spiritus crystal. And I only had like 9 from some random thing I made forever ago. I still think this thing looks awesome. There's stuff in the book about making improved ones using like arcane stones and stuff, but I never figure out how to make that stuff. Or ancients, or something. I'm actually going to look it up. In the book, I mean. I'm going to look it up again. So you go under Arcane Infusion, Eldritch, and Ancient. I never figured out how you're supposed to get this stuff. The book doesn't tell you how to get it. And you can't click on it here. There's no recipe for getting it. But you need to have it to make that some of this stuff. Like this. You need Eldritch Stone to make that. How do you get Eldritch Stone? Tell me, game. Or let's see if it tells me how to get this. No, it doesn't tell me how to get this. How do I get this stuff, game? It doesn't even tell me how to get this. Ancient Barrier. It sounds like something I should be able to craft. Is that stuff supposed to help out with other things? But yeah, I might look into Botania, because I haven't done anything with Botania in this playthrough. Well, the only thing I did with Botania is I made a crap ton of the mystical flowers. Precisely because some things... the Forge Lexicon. V. Interesting. What is this doing? Oh, it lets me, like, turn it into any of its other forms. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so dimensional shards aren't compatible with it. I don't get what this thing is doing. I'll have to look at that later. That's vaguely interesting, but no information on how it works. I know I've gotten Lexica Botanica from something. Oh, there they are. Lexica Botania. Let's do some Botania or something for a little bit. Strapping a sapling and the book together. Wow. You to put to use ingenuity, thought, and redstone to create in progress. Okay. Minecraft in itself, yep. Friendly whale with a good amount of heavy features. Familiarize yourself. Oh, there's more text. Familiarize yourself with what the various tidbits around the place do. That's poorly. Okay. Maybe make this paragraph shorter or make this 2 pages. Alright. Okay. I'm not going to bother with the tutorial. Okay. Back button on the bottom. Right mouse button. Okay. Okay. 362nd edition, so this feels new. It seems different. Nope. Nope, that's a tutorial. Alright, this is what I'm holding. Knowledge for all botanical matters. You already knew that. Oh, that's interesting. So if a block has an entry, so if a block is from Botania and it has an entry in the book, you can just shift right click to get information on it automatically. That's nice. Okay. Good. The edition is the version. Okay. So if I like go to, if I go back, this is the 362nd version apparently. Mystical flowers. I have a bunch of these. 16 different colors. I think I've gone all of those. Mystical petals. Right-clicking will bury it. That's interesting. Does that make another one of that color grow? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yep, this is the helpful thing. This is what you can do to make Botania in any of the other mod packs. Like if you're not in a regular world that has like overworld spawning for this stuff, to make it in like Sky Factory or to make it in this, you have to make floral fertilizer. Because since there's not world spawn, this stuff doesn't spawn in the world. It doesn't spawn from regular bone meal. You have to make floral fertilizer. Huh. Okay. Oh, so if you bury a petal, you can make a tall one. Okay. So the tall one makes 4 of it. Interesting. Petals can be condensed into blocks. That's actually kind of helpful. Alright. This is stuff I didn't know. I don't know if it's a different version than what was in Sky Factory 3, but going through this is actually kind of interesting. Petal Apothecary! The Petal Apothecary. God, does this tell you how to take stuff out? Because that would be really help. The last item thrown in. Shift right click with an empty. Okay, that's helpful. Huh. Interesting. You can stylize them and use them as braziers. That's kind of fun. Yeah, the comparator. All right. I I have to figure out how that stuff works. I really don't understand redstone. I really have to look up tutorials and try to figure out how normal redstone works. Give me a second. I have to stretch my back. Too. Okay, so up to 20 seconds after you craft it, right click with an empty hand to refill it with the exact same thing. So that's helpful for efficiency if you can do stuff for that. Pure Daisy is very yeah. I have to make a Pure Daisy. That uses full living wood to make a living wood twig, by the way. That's not planks. That is full ass living wood. Like that is a full block of living wood. So netherrack can be turned into cobblestone. Soul sand can be turned into sand. Ice can be turned into packed ice. It's hard to get ice. I have a lot of snow though. Because I can't figure out how to cast spells. I could get ice if I could cast a frickin' spell. Interesting. So white, shimmering mushroom. Where did that come from? Interesting. I have some mushrooms. That's interesting. When did that get added? I'm actually... This is stuff I want to work on later. I find this stuff very interesting. I'll probably... It's pretty ledge. Hagiorkal. Is that an L? Yeah, that is. Hagiorkal. It's pretty ledge. A book by Vazki. Alright. I want to take this to the plant area. Well, animal area technically, because I don't have grass anymore. That's a thing. I don't have grass anymore. The main reason why I'm interested in that is relatively simple in it is the Rod of Earth. I also have some mana pools already. I think I got those from loot bags. I'll have to check see if I have more. Relatively simple thing to get in that is the Rod of Earth. I have a Pure Daisy. I did a little bit of this then. No, I didn't because I don't have the altar. I know I don't have the altar because I would have the altar. If I had an altar, I'd have an altar. I need to go. I don't think I have one in my base. But yeah, there's some really useful stuff in that actually. Some of the early on rods, as they're referred to in it. Yes, the name is Rod. Don't laugh. But some of the early on stuff in it is actually really useful. And some of the materials you can get from working under it. I'll keep the other Lexica Botanicas in there. Because you really only need one at the moment, at least. Well, that's nice. It actually tells you what the item is, even if it's not part of the mod that it's part of. Void Ore Miner. Yeah, that stuff does stack. Okay. I try to put the non-stacking stuff that I get as rewards in here. These have durability taken away because you have to toggle them off or else they'll automatically be working all the time. Spawner changer I'll put in there. I'm trying to put the non-stacking ones on the next page. Invar hammer of this type. Goes in here. Torch launcher. Goes in here. Building gadget. Oh yeah, because this bar fills up with power automatically. That's what those little explosions were. Because those dropped in there and got filled instantaneously with energy. I'll put the emerald chestplate actually, because it's worth stuff in here to eventually be smelted down. I'll also grab from here, on this page, I'm taking these slime boots and I'm throwing them in there. I don't need slime boots. They're an interesting thing, but I don't need them. Go back here, look at this again. It's so Silk Touch, frickin' heck. Silk Touch Chance Pendant. Oh boy. Does not stack, and I already had some. Those do stack. But I already had some. Can these be broken down? I'm getting rid of these before they break my shit. I can't get rid of that one. I have to be, I'm not, I'm not going to have those highlighted in my inventory. Because I will right click and fuck up my own shit. That doesn't stack, that doesn't stack, none of those stack, none of that stacks. I remember I destroyed the chest that was here so I could reach that at one point. So all the stuff that was in there ended up in my inventory. I'll take the stacking stuff again, put it in here. Because I didn't know horse armor stacks. Nice. Nice. These are useless. The iron barrel connector is useless. It lets you take stuff out. No, it doesn't let you take anything out, and I don't know if it lets you put anything into a barrel. It's just kind of useless. Give me these. I'm putting them in there. How much is Alexa the Botanica worth? Not really worth it. Relatively easy to craft for the amount of stuff it gives you. Because you, as the book said, you literally strap a tree to a book. You strap a sapling to a book. I have a lot of saplings, and books are relatively easy to make if you get leather. I don't have much leather, but I can use leather. Yeah, steel's drawers for moving. Again, kind of useless, because the way this works is that drawers hold on to their contents automatically. Advanced item collector, I'll take that out and put that in my other chest. I want to hold on to that. Yeah. Come out. Go in there. Get organized. I'm gonna put these in here. I don't know if I'll ever use them, so I'm putting them in there. It's just a chest. Holy fuck balls. Okay, so it's not just a chest. Okay. It has 260 inventory slots. Multi-slot furnace. Okay. Okay, so that's for heating stuff. Okay. Insert wyvern core. Okay. First, the furnace. Smelt 5 items at a time at a very reasonable speed. It can be upgraded. It will double the ore production. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Off. Yeah, I don't want it to feed itself. Okay. 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 Yeah. It has JEI support. Quick question. There's the show recipes tab. Okay. IO regions was this. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this is actually hella useful. These are actually hella useful. That's not bad at all. Okay. I didn't know what the use of these things was. Oh, that's just two crafting tables. Okay. My brain was not telling me what that was on the right side for a moment. That's hella useful. Is that a draconium core? Yeah, that is. Oh, man. Okay. It does require a pickaxe instead of an axe to mine, which is interesting. This requires an axe to mine. Alright. Alright. I need to figure out where I'm putting some of this stuff in the interim. First things first, let's pick up this one. Put it on there. Alright. Common loot crate, come with me. Ender chest, come with me. Cobblestone chest, come with me. Redstone torch, come with me. Stone hammer, come with me. That's all kind of useful stuff. Sort that, sort that. Alright. I'm putting these down in this corner. Those two I actually use pretty regularly. This is just getting thrown in here. This extra stuff, this mob fan stuff, can just get thrown in here. Is there anything I want to move to the next page? I want to move this silicon to the next page. I'm going to move these juicers to this next page. And I'm actually only going to hold on to one juicer. I'm going to take the other juicers. I'm going to put this one juicer back in here. My brain's doing weird things. I'm thinking about things before I do them, and that's making doing them harder. The actual crafting stuff I'm going to start putting on this page. That makes sense. Which means I take these, put them on this page. Take the regular item collector, put it on this page, because I want to turn that into an advanced one before I ever use it. Upgrade template can go on this page. These drying racks I'll hold on to. I'm taking all of the different colored dyes I've made recently. They can all go on this page, including the organic dyes, or this Solitude dye blend, which was kind of weird to get. Take the shulker pearls and put them on this page. Draconium dust, I'll probably just cook that and just make draconium. No, I need that for the draconic infusion obsidian for certain things. Putting the signs on the next page. This all can go on this page. Sounds good. Sounds good. Including the diamond frickin'. Diamond spikes can go on this page. The cobblestone chest I'll put on this page. Now. I'll take these storage crates. Those can go here. The filter can come there. Flux plug. That's just an infinite barrel. That's just an empty infinite barrel. I have some of those over here. I'll also pick up. What are you holding? Oh, those are unupgraded. I'll upgrade those. For the fuck of it. Where's that upgrade template? Is it still in here? Yes. There we go. I go for the X. Pick them up, and they stack with the other one now. Wonderful. You can have those upgrades now. Liquid planks can go in here for now. We'll put them back in this chest later. Alright. You get broken down. I place instead my first draconium chest. Give me a second. Pickaxe, that's right. First things first. Burp. Zoop. Zoop. Where are... Oh, the plugs are up there. The points are up there, I mean. Do I have a... I gotta go grab one. I need to start storing some of these at my base, too. Then we go... You there. Make sure you're on my network. Take a chest, we place it there. Ooh, how do I close this? How did I open this? Ah, there it is. No, it was this. That's what opened it. Okay. Do you access that chest? No. Do you access that? Yes, you do. That is beautiful. Alright. Go in their filters. Go in their item barrels. Go in their flux plug. Arcane Grappler, you can sit in there for now. You stay with me. I'll turn this wooden chest into something. I'm pretty sure I have some blank barrel upgrades. Yep. And I have one more diamond barrel upgrade. At least. So I go like this. Take this. Turn it into 9 barrel. Place it. Use this on it. Go here. Break it. Go back in here. Do that. Have another infinite barrel. I need those. Everything else in here I don't really need. Oh, there's some stuff I want. Where's that hammer? There's that hammer. Because I use that hammer quite often. I want to have the ender chest available. I need something to open. I want to look up if there's a way to automate opening that. I don't think there would be. Those are worth 9 each. 9 Terra each. They're worth... Not even worth breaking down for that. I'm putting them in this. On the single tab. Not even worth breaking down, yeah. It's a crappy part of it. Pulverized coal, all this other stuff. There's my mana pools, I want those. Flux cores. Those can go in there. Basic flux storage. Put it there. I got that from something after I made a whole bunch of other flux storage. Flux controller can stay on this page. Reinforced obsidian. I took that out of the mob grinder. Yeah. Controlled miner. No, very controlled. I don't know how to use the thing. I'd say that's fine enough for now. Yeah. 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 The dropper I made because I thought I needed a dropper to make certain things, but I needed dispensers instead. Okay. God, I've been going for over an hour. Haven't even made it to the mining dimension yet. Let's head back to animals. Drop this stuff off. Drop off those. Go through here with the wheat. Feed you two. Okay. Kill that. Come back out here. That's gone at least one out, and you're at 27%. We're going to Cloche, actually. Frick. Alright. I need 4 dirt. Let's grab a full frickin' stack. See what happens when I do this. Because I don't know if this mod has grass seeds, or if you make grass by doing this. Okay, this mod must have grass seeds. Do I have any grass seeds? I have 4. I want to hold on to most of those. Because I'm doing something, or I'm redoing something I undid before. Eventually. I'm actually going to do it in this direction. There's nothing in that direction right now, but if I continue in that direction, I can start working on something interesting. Because I'm going to do Botania later. I'm actually going to throw this grass seeds in that dirt in this chest, because later on, I'm going to do a bunch of Botania stuff. And yes, I have 2 chickens in here. Why haven't I just killed them? I've already killed so many chickens. Main reason why I got rid of the grass before was because I was tired of killing chickens. Seeing the horror on them before they die. Yeah, I've killed a lot of chickens. I've kept more alive. Actually, that's not true, even slightly. Because if I go to my base, I've killed a lot of chickens. I've killed a lot of chickens. I've killed a lot of sheep too, apparently. Yeah, I've killed a lot of sheep too. A lot of different sheep. I've got a lot of skulls in here, and heads and such. An Enderman head. I've only gotten one. I need to check to see if I got another Enderman head. That's a good thing to check at the mob section. Let's check that. Alright. First page. Grab all the heads. And we'll grab the loot chest too. See any more? No. Second page. Sort. I didn't see any loot things here. Steel sword. That's actually got some decent attack. I'm kind of annoyed by how little attack this ended up having. Should have gone for other materials for the attack bonus, but I didn't really think of it that much at the point I was making that. Sort that. Good one. Sort it. Take these auto placers back with me. I got the dislocator, the airwalk charm. Take some inferium essence. I'll take this dislocator and the air charm. No. Overgrowth seed. Oh, it's Botania. I wonder how hard it is to make that originally. I'm going to have to look up what those do. I might move that into the other Botania chest. I look up what they do. Bunch more loot chests. Here, have these, because I don't actually... I'll take that still. I don't actually need them. More loot chests. A couple of heads. Enderman head. That's helpful. That's what we came here for. Where did that come from? What? Did a chicken spawn in there? I've never had dirt down here. Where did the chicken come from? These brains are actually a really useful item because they give 20 of that cognitio. Cognitio is actually kind of difficult to get in stuff. You usually have to... It usually comes from items that deal with experience. And in fact, those zombie brains can be used to make an experience something that stores experience. Or can store experience. Getting that many Enderman heads is actually really helpful if I want to work on stuff for Ender.io. Because some of that stuff, oh boy, does it get expensive. There's some auto placers. Overgrowth seeds. We're over here, and I want to take them out of there and take them back up to my Botania area. I'm putting the loot stuff. Oh boy. Putting the loot stuff in here for now. Well, the common, the rare, the uncommon, common, rare, uncommon. I'll open the clay ones too. God, there's a lot of those. Alright. Then we go over here. This one, I had to think for a second. That, I'll open a bunch of these clay ones. It just takes some time. I have to keep removing my mouse because it keeps autoing back to the center, and I have to click at the bottom there to close it. Unless, okay. You can also press E to close it. Alright. That's helpful to learn. This page. Have some clay. Alright. Okay. Brewing stand I'll put in here. The armor pieces are going over here because I literally have no use for them. I'll put the spear up here. I don't know. Does it just have more range? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Have that, have that. I think I have Ardite in one. Yep, I have Ardite in one of these. Where's my Cobalt? Cobalt's over here. Do I have Mana Steel in one of these? Yep. Nope, that's Platinum. Mana Steel? Cyanite. I have a few open. Oh, won't break down. No, it's a block. I can just take it up there. I have to go up there anyway to put away these overgrowth seeds. And my Withered Skeleton Skulls, I have a ton of these, but it's nice to get them every now and then. Technically, since those can come from epic loot crates, you can make a mob killer like, well, if you can get a mob grinder, you can make a mob killer like what I have, and then just put them there, pretty much. You know, just get unlimited of it. Taking the rare, because I actually don't have that many of these. Alright, let's put away some of these. You get a vector plate. You get an air charm. 2 silk touch pendants. You get, okay, so the ender orb, a reusable ender pearl, does not stack. Okay, this page gets that. Okay, then we come over here. You get both of those because this chest is now entirely full. Okay, then we come over here. You get the silicon. The filters. Did I put the filters in here? Did I put the filters back in here? Yes, I did. Cobblestone. It took me a second to figure out what was missing. Where did that end up? Where did I put my cobblestone? That's weird. I had 4 cobblestone. I might put it back in the chest. I might put it in the mob grinder chest or something. Oh, there's my cobblestone. Have some magma slime saplings. Have some drawer keys. Some of this stuff I can break down just now and use it. I'm taking this cobblestone back with me. Over here, rip. Chestplate, that. I'm taking. I have this. It's called an anti-barrel. It can hold an unlimited number of items that don't stack. But if it's an item that stacks, it can't hold it. So, if I take like these items that don't stack, go to this anti-barrel. They can go in there. I need to start using it now that I remember that I have it. Because I made it for a quest, and I forgot I had it. Yeah, this is how I play this. I have a goal, think of something else that I haven't thought of in a while that's in my world, go check on it, realize that it's like full of everything because it's been running automated for days. Literal days without me checking on it. Freak out for a minute and start working on it. Calm down after that freak out and just do a whole bunch of other stuff. Forever and always. Let's put away some of this other stuff so I can actually carry it. Slime things I don't need as such. Do we have a slime sapling in there? I'm taking these through so that they can get put in the anti-barrel. Name tag stacks. They can get put in there. Name tag stack. Service quartz, compact raw pork chop. Thank you for the raw pork chops. It's actually one of the rarer meats for me to try to find. Rabbit's the rarest, because I don't think they spawn in the biome that this auto-generated for me. This Z logic controller is going to be helpful in the future. There's certain items that are odd that they don't stack, I don't see any in this chest right now. That's fine. Search quartz block. I didn't know you could compress Search quartz crystal. I might have to work that into the system. Or change the system a little bit. 3 back on the bottom. It wouldn't be too hard to change that. It wouldn't be too hard. I'll probably change that some. I didn't know those could turn to a block. That if I knew it turned into a block, I tried to turn it into a block before putting it in that chest, basically. That crate. Where did I put the silicon? There's the silicon. Over a stack of that type of silicon now. There's 2 types of silicon. Weird thing that. Some stack, some don't. Drives me insane in some ways. Like this. Manipool stack. You can't put them in here. This is going to take some time, and I'm going to keep doing it for a little bit. I think I'll finish... Yeah, I'll put these in here, and I'll do this off stream when I think of it. Same with the Botania stuff, because I do actually want to read up and work on Botania some. Off stream. Well, this is a good way to get rid of that excess iron stuff. This would... I need to make more anti-barrels. I need to make more anti-barrels. I have to look up how to do that, because I need to put some near that spawner I made. Because some of the drops from that spawner are absolutely useless, essentially, and they just take a slot because they kind of have to, you know? Because they can't stack. I don't even know if this makes separate categories for the things that are of different levels of durability. It's hard to tell because none of those would stack otherwise. Yeah. Anyway. You first. How have that diamond wand and the 2 golden items. I have a saddle. Saddle's stacking this. Okay. Do I have saddles? I do. I have 2 saddles now. Staddles? I have 2 staddles now, apparently. I don't know what a staddle is, but apparently I have 2 of them. Yeah, 2 different types of freaking silicone. Silicone, silicone, silicone. It's silicone. Doesn't have an E at the end, so it's silicone. Grow crystal. Grow crystal? God, I can't talk. I'm going to end the stream soon because I have ceased. Speaking has ceased to be a thing. So at this point, I know I said we were going to go to that, but yeah, speaking has stopped, processing has stopped. So at this point, it's good to just call it. All right. Thank you all for